Hey everyone, it's Scott Neal from Scott Neal Real Estate, and today I'm bringing you a special video about the coronavirus. And today is Monday, March the 16th, and a lot of stuff has happened over the last 10 days or so. And so I wanted to put out a special video just to give you guys kind of an update on not really the coronavirus, but how everything that's happening right now is affecting the real estate market. So right now I'm getting a lot of messages and calls, emails from current clients and people that were thinking about getting into the market this spring, asking what's going on and how is this affecting their plans. This is buyers and sellers for sure. I can tell you this, there is a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. In fact, I know that we have a few deals that are kind of going a little sideways right now because of panic mostly. None of them are sick. None of them have lost their jobs or anything. It's purely just uncertainty in the market, which is causing them to kind of tap the brakes a little bit. So it's definitely a thing, but right now it's business as usual. So I want to just give you a couple of things that are happening in the news right now. Over the last week or two, mortgage rates have plummeted. In fact, right now, rates are down about 0.5% since the 1st of January, and that's in the low threes right now on average. We know some people last week, at the beginning of last week, were getting rates locked in under 3% for a 30-year mortgage, which has been pretty much unheard of for the last 7 years or so. Of course, there's the coronavirus outbreak and all of the weird stuff that's happening with the government right now, and we really don't know what's going to happen. So I'm not here to really talk about exactly what's going on with coronavirus, other than, we all know that it's a thing right now, and it certainly could affect the way that we run and operate our lives. The stock market has really taken a dump over the last month or so. In fact, I know right now the Dow is down more than 30% from its current peak. And this is really sending some ripples through the market. And I know a lot of you guys, you have money in the market, your retirement accounts and things like that. So I know you're taking a hit and you want to know, how is this going to affect the real estate market? Well, don't worry, I'm going to give you some of my thoughts. Of course, there's some emergency stimulus that's being injected by the federal government to try to stem the effects of a big stock market tank like this. That does not really have to do directly with coronavirus. It seems like it's kind of a couple of things added all together that are causing all of the problems right now. And then, of course, yesterday, the news just broke that the Federal Reserve has lowered interest rates effectively to 0. And so there's a little bit of misinformation that's going on out there. This does not mean that mortgage rates have been cut down to 0. The Fed rate basically applies to overnight bank-to-bank lending rate, and it's really a way to kind of pump up the market and increase liquidity in the market and allow banks to borrow with ease to create liquidity in the market. Look, I'm no financial expert, so it's anybody's guess as to what this is going to do to the market long term, but right now this is the federal government's response to what's happening in the market and just in the world as a whole. So, what's next? Well, unfortunately, guys, I don't know. I wish I knew, but I'm going to give you my best guess as to what I think is going to happen. So, first of all, let's talk about what is the worst case scenario from a real estate perspective. The worst case scenario is we go on quarantine for the next couple of months. Trade overall comes to a sluggish halt. People lose jobs. And, we go into full-blown depression, recession. I suppose that's the worst-case scenario. Even if that were to happen, you are still going to have a market for real estate. You know, I got licensed back in 2007, and at that time it was 3 months past Lehman Brothers going bankrupt, and over the next 4 years we had a really good recession, or I should say a really bad recession, and the real estate market really got hurt pretty badly. But there were still people buying and selling homes. I don't think that that's going to be any different right now. People are still going to be buying and selling homes. In fact, yesterday I just executed a contract on a home with a buyer that was out looking at homes this weekend. So real estate sales are going to happen. Okay, so that's the worst case scenario. What's the best case scenario? The best case scenario is this was all just a minor blip. Over the next couple of months, the stock market rebounds and gets either at its peak or very close to it, maybe even better. Interest rates kind of bounce around a little bit and they remain low. This coronavirus thing gets contained, or it's not really as big a deal as everybody thinks it's going to be. You know, this is the best case scenario, and life is going to move on with this temporary little blip, and we're all going to be looking back thinking, wow, that was kind of weird, but hey, here we are back to normal. I don't know. I'm still on the fence of exactly what all of this means, but right now I'm kind of in the middle, and I think that we're probably going to experience a mix of both case scenarios. So it certainly doesn't seem like this is no big deal to me, although I'm not a Chicken Little thinking that everything is about to collapse. So I'm cautiously optimistic that we're going to make it through this, not totally unscathed, but I really don't think that we're headed for a huge market collapse and degrading into anarchy and roaming around the streets. I just don't really see that. And I don't think that too many other people do. But like I said, I'm being cautiously optimistic. So what should you do if you're in the market right now or you wanted to get into the market over the next several months? Let's talk about sellers first. Sellers, if you're on the market right now or you're about to put your home on the market, expect longer days on market right now. So if you thought that your home was going to sell in 30 days, I would go ahead and budget maybe 60 days just so that you have the right expectations. Because like I said, right now we really don't know what the long-term effects of this are going to be on the real estate market. So I would just be patient. Don't panic. There's no reason to drop your price by 20% today just so that you can get it sold. Unless you have to, we should talk. But I wouldn't start panicking. I would just expect that the process might take a little bit longer while we figure out what's going on and while the people who still want to buy get through the whole process. The mortgage market has been slammed a little bit lately because rates went down so low last week that a bunch of people flooded the market and started refinancing their homes. So that certainly put a strain on all the loan officers. Their workload went way up over the last week. Again, prices, real estate does not fluctuate very fast. At least prices don't. This is not like the stock market. Real estate does not take a 30% dump in 1 month like the stock market did. If we are going to lose 30% in real estate, and I don't think that we are, it's going to happen over a very, very long time, potentially, 2, 3, 4 years for something like that to happen. If real estate prices were going down 1% per week, that would be catastrophic. But I don't see anything like that happening right now. How about buyers? If you're in the market to buy a home right now, this is a great time. 2 reasons. Number one, interest rates are very low. 0.5% lower than they were just earlier this year, and that's more than a 10% change. So if you were borrowing money on a $250,000 loan today, your payment is like $50 cheaper. $50 is $50. It's still savings. So it's a great time to be buying because of interest rates. And secondly, there's a lot of fear in the market right now. There's a lot of uncertainty in the market, and if you're a seller, I'm advising you to be cautious and be patient. But I know I don't represent every seller out there, so now I'm talking to buyers. Just know that there are going to be a lot of nervous sellers out there. So this could mean a good time for you to negotiate a great deal with someone who is really a little bit more anxious to get their home sold right now. So buyers, this could mean a pretty good opportunity for you if you were already thinking about buying a home this spring. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that you can get in touch with us. You can get in touch with us through social media, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Of course, if you're working with us already, call your agent, ask them what all of this stuff means to you. And for those of you who are worried about meeting in person or traveling around a lot, we've got a special option for you. We can do a consultation with you over the internet, video, where you can spend as much time as you need with us, and we can get you all of the information that you need to help make a decision for yourself. So give us a call, send us an email, find us on social media. We'd love to talk with you and still help you carry on with life as though it were normal. So thanks, stay safe, and happy selling.